Many of you have asked, how does an RRT session to clear financial trauma and get you unblocked so that you can really put the achievable steps and your path forward on track to your goal looks like? Well, today I'm giving you the answer. I am letting you in one RRT session that I'm actually going to divide into. So you're going to have two episodes. Part one that is coming on this right after I finish talking here. And then probably this same week, I'm going to release the second part. RRT, which is rapid resolution therapy, is the tool that I use inside of my sessions with clients to clear whatever stuckness we have there so that you can apply the strategy, the steps, and the plan that we have drafted for you to move forward. And I get it. There is a lot of questions around it because we have been told that therapy takes years and years and years for you to get unstuck. Well, as the name says it, rapid resolution therapy is known to work rapidly. Hello and welcome to the Money Mindset Show, the place where we help female entrepreneurs to transform their mind so that they can achieve financial success in the least amount of time. Here, we talk about subconscious mind, we talk about money mindset chips, money mindset plugs, a strategy so that you can bypass your own money mindset and increase your income, better your relationship with money, and grow your business. Okay, but before I let you into today's episode, come here. Be honest with me. How many times have you found yourself doing the extra thing, going the extra mile because you really, really want this goal, but the financial results are nowhere to be seen? You know you want your financial independence, but yet you find yourself spending more time and effort and money into crafting the perfect social media strategy, thinking what caption should I write, what picture should I post, when should I post it, instead of looking at the things that really matter with money. The exact same loop that I have seen hundreds of my clients throughout the years getting stuck. And the reason is one and one only. The type of habits that are driving your life, these habits are the leader of your show, of your business, and we have to stop them. The way that you do that is by adapting new ones. I have put together for you the top 5 financial habits for exponential growth with your business for you to download right now. Go to themoneymindset.com/5. That is the Money Mindset Hub, HUB.com/5, and download these top 5 financial habits for exponential growth, specifically for founders. Again, that is the Money Mindset Hub, HUB.com/5. RRT, which is rapid resolution therapy, is the tool that I use inside of my sessions with clients to clear whatever stuckness we have there so that you can apply the strategy, the steps, and the plan that we have drafted for you to move forward. And I get it. There is a lot of questions around it because we have been told that therapy takes years and years and years for you to get unstuck. Well, as the name says it, rapid resolution therapy is known to work rapidly and so effective and without relieving the trauma, which is the most important part for me. I have done an interview with the founder of this tool, with this technique, this modality, rapid resolution therapy. You can find it in couple of episodes below. I probably will also link it here. But for now, listen to this episode. Listen to the magic working as we speak inside of this little open doors session that I've done for you? What should I know? What do we want to get done?
So I've been struggling recently with feelings of uncertainty in regards to my business, basically. And therefore, that affected my income. And it has brought up some feelings of insecurity, but at the same time, I would say some guilt in regards to the fact that I've been having very slow income months, and therefore I had to rely more on my husband in terms of finances, which is something that I'm not used to, as I've had 15 years of a career where I basically was my own provider. I was a boss babe, you know?
Yeah.
So that was a big shift, a big change. And I've been struggling a bit to come back to where I'm in that energy of doing things, of, you know, having a vision, struggling with where should I go from here, and so on and so forth.
Okay. So let me see if I get it up to now. You have a business that it has been doing good because you're still running it, right? And
Yeah.
And for the past couple of months, the income has been, lower than you expected it, but it still is generating some. And now
Mm-hmm.
you have been experiencing, thoughts of what you mentioned, guilt, because you had to rely more in your partner's finances. And it feels different than before when you were able to, come up with your own finances for you, right? Did I get it right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So I've been starting my business for a year now. Almost a year. It's going to be a year in June. And it started.
Congratulations. Not
Thank
many
you.
people do that. Let me tell
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And it's been a shift because I've been working in a job my whole life.
Yeah.
And so I let that behind to start this new venture in a totally new area. And it started off great. Then, of course, I had working on myself. I had a lot of emotional things that came up, and I dealt with those things and also the changes in terms of my life. So, I think that's why, in a sense, is where I couldn't for some time have the same energy to put out there in my business. But now I'm trying to get back to it and dedicate it more time. And I feel like I don't necessarily know what's the best recipe, where to go, like what structure to have, what to do. And I think there's also a lot of conflict in terms of results. Like, why am I not seeing results? Is that anticipation, that
Right.
why am I not yet seeing the desired results? Because we all want to be successful. And I think that patience is not really my forte.
Okay. So, what is your business about?
So my business is in coaching. I coach women mostly. I've worked mostly with women, a couple of men as well. I do also RRT, which is rapid resolution therapy, which you also know about, and that's how we both met. And I also do energy work and quantum healing and all these kinds of things, Reiki. Yeah, that's mostly what I do. I also do programs like on different topics relating to women or I don't know, gratitude or these kinds of things to bring into our lives and to connect more with them.
Okay. So have you had clients that you work through your program, or can you tell me the best experience that you have had with one client of yours? The one that you want to continue repeating with your business?
I think one of the best experiences that I had was, I had a bunch, to be honest, when I started with RRT, especially, and more in depth, because this is such a great modality, right? It's very fast and very pain-free. And I think one of the best experiences was just shifting some childhood trauma from this guy that I worked with, where he was struggling a lot also with money issues and like control in regards to insecurities that he had around money for the future. And I guess in a way, this was linked to a lot of stuff from childhood and insecurities from his past childhood. So just seeing at the end of the session the awe that he was in, remembering like, how could these things be connected to how I'm feeling today? And this need of control that I have to control the future. And I'm always obsessing about the future and so on. So that was really cool just to witness, because he was a very in his mind guy. Like I feel that women are a lot more open in terms of new things, and men tend to like go a lot more in their mind and analyze and every kind small detail and things like that. And this was very cool just to see him like, I don't know where that went. Like, I don't feel it anymore. And it was just such a great experience. And of course, there are more, but this just came now to my mind.
Perfect. So if we could shift today the way that you feel, the way that you think, thoughts, behaviors, you mentioned at the beginning that you have two things: uncertainty about your business, which is one, and then the other one is guilt because of the money, the finances. So uncertainty, in the way I see it now, is it's up to the point of the income being low and you not knowing where this business is gonna go, or and the guilt part with your partner, which is, it's not uncommon at all. It's one of the things that when you have a business and when you come from a corporate experience where you have been accustomed to receive a paycheck, to provide every single month, and that you have the projection, this is what is going to happen, kind of like it's there. It's not uncertain, right? So even though that it is, because objectively you can, lose your job, you can resign from your job, anything can happen. And that projection that you have done is not certain anymore. But the way that mine is processing it, because of the way that we work as a society, it's more certain than business, right? But if we could choose one of those two, which one would you want to work on that will be more beneficial to you right now?
I think more beneficial definitely would be to shift the uncertainty around my business and where to go next, because I really love doing this. And I don't see myself doing anything else, like going back to a job, or I pondered about that. Like I thought like, why don't I go back to a job? But I just don't see myself doing that. So I want to go forward with this. And I know it's a process to get to where we're going in terms of time. But at the same time, I just want to not give it up. Just to not feel the pressure, it's so hard and all these kinds of stupid feelings.
When you mention pressure, what comes to mind when you mention to not feel the pressure?
When it comes to pressure, I think it's a lot of, as you said, projections. And I think that's a very good word, that we do project things. Like, I think I tend to look at where other people are and compare myself maybe on an unconscious level, obviously, with where they're at, but I don't know their process. I don't know how much time it took them to get to where they're at. So I'm feeling like, oh, is there something that I'm doing wrong? And why am I not there? Because if it's possible for someone, if it's possible for whoever, it's possible for all of us, right?
Yeah.
So it's just a question of what you do to get there. But I feel like I'm ignoring the process that they might have went through. And for sure, everybody has their ups and downs. So yeah.
Yeah. I get it. And I've been hearing everything that you have said. And I want to share, I know that you know the perspective of RRT, but also I want to share a couple of points that, in my personal point of view, are very useful for business. If we think from the lens, the RRT lens. One of them is, let's talk about comparison. It's something that has been installed since God knows since when we were little. Even now that I'm raising my baby, she is only 4 weeks old, and I hear on my head. I don't say it yet because she cannot hear me, right? But I hear it in my head saying, why that kid is not crying like you are crying? Like, look at the kid. Why you're not, why you don't like the pacifier like this baby wants? Like, it's true. When I went to the doctor, this other kid was just so relaxed, so like, oh my goodness. And then my baby was like, all this. And you absolutely want to say, oh, look at the other kid. Why you don't want, right? So it has been installed since very, very young for parents and for people that wanted to control you, because that's a very effective way to control you. If you have the sense of saying, look at somebody else, and you don't repeat that behavior, then it's an absolute killing tool to have, right? So if we know that it has been installed, we also know that can be clear. We also know that it's not a natural physiological reaction, that is an emotion that has been created to control us. So up to today, it had you, but we will have it, right? And we will see it as it is, something that it is not useful to have when running a business, when getting into the creator side, when being in the driving seat. So that is the funny thing about comparison, because most of people tend to put their eyes on somebody else, as we were taught, but we cannot most of the time remember what we have done and how we have done it. And when it comes to business, the number one key is to look at your progress and say, this is what I have done. This is what I'm going to tweak. Or this, I've done it. It had success, but I didn't like it. Right? So it's just like, it's only measuring what you have done and really taking the insight from that path. But because up to today, mine was entertaining, I have done this, but I don't have the result of that person. How is that going to be? Like, imagine that, let's just put the example that I always love in a safari and a zebra. Imagine a zebra has run, I don't know, 100 kilometers to get to the other grass, right? And the piece of grass that is there to the human eye will look greener than the other one. Imagine there is another zebra there and say, oh my goodness, you're eating this piece of grass that is better than mine. It doesn't happen, right? Mine is only entertaining to eat whatever is there, because that is what zebra needs. It's not going to be eating and then looking at the other grass like, do you have one? That one is better than mine. Like, why am I eating and I'm not having the grass that you are having? It's something that doesn't work other than to control it, to cause you to change your behavior in a controlling way. And the other part of it is that it tends to fuel these expectations that are not useful for a business, especially a business that is growing up. So how I like to see businesses is really just like a kid, or is it not even just like a kid? It's like any other person getting into a new relationship. At the moment, you are getting to know your business. It's 1 year old. You're getting to know, what do you like? How you like to manage it? You're getting in that playful stage of a business, which to me is the most interesting stage, because I can do whatever I want. I'm on the exploring space. I may say I work with female entrepreneurs, but if tomorrow a guy comes in and I have fun with that person, why not to change it, right? Like, what is stopping? So it is a very beautiful stage of a business to be in if you have a clear mind to see it, to see all the opportunities. It's like you are entering into this forest that has so many different trees, and you cannot decide to go for one. And it's okay to not decide to go for one, because at the moment you're entering to the forest, like, at least let me get into the forest and see whatever is in there, so that then I can, after I'm bored hugging all the trees, I can decide, oh, I like to hug this one better than the other one. So the second time that you enter to the forest, or you are deepening into the forest, you just go for the ones that you like. Not because there is not enough trees to hug. It's because you don't want to do something different. Is you the one who has the control of it, right? So I would like to get done today. And since we started the conversation, I've been seeing you clear the vision that I have for you today. So the way I see you, Raluca, is that you are focused on your business, not to have the result, not to have X amount of money. I'm seeing you enjoying this phase of growing. I'm seeing you fueling, being creative, sitting down and nailing what do you want to do, because it's a privileged time, the one that you have. You have now the ability to choose and build strong foundations. Where I'm seeing you is that nothing bothers you other than, okay, today, what am I going to get done? And being creative and being so into your craft that nothing else would bother that craft. And is a result of business. This is not your job. It's a result of business to create that flow of income, to create that flow of clients. And you have the structure. So I'm seeing you looking for the resources. I'm seeing you having that creativity to access to the opportunities, to looking for the resources to structure your business in a way that feels aligned with you, but not because you are holding something different than, I want to do this business. And it's all that mind entertains. I'm seeing you to the core of it, to the more detail, that you get into your laptop today and you say, okay, how am I going to make this work? From the very excited, like, what do we get to do today that will be satisfying for us? That's what I'm seeing you. How you feel about that?
I like that. I like that very much.
Is there any part of you that say, I'm not sure, is conflicting, is...
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so we have the same intention, we are in agreement, and you know that when the energy comes together. The intention is energy. And when energy comes together, it's much more powerful. And you and I know something different than RRT, which is manifestation. And I truly believe, and I know that you work with energy, I truly believe in the energy of seeing, in the energy of visualization. So we also have your energy of the intention, my energy, and the energy of this image that we have created that will support us to fuel these shifts and tweaks that we're going to do today so that you get to that point. I think I'm losing you. Okay. You're back again. Now, before we get into talking purely to your subconscious mind, I want to make sure that we get the picture of that has been troubling before. So if you could cause for 2 seconds that feeling of uncertainty that you mentioned before that has been a little bit there, let me know. Okay. And if you could mention a shape or form that feeling had.
I see like a semicircle and then like a bow, and it looks like this with a bow.
Is it gray, black? Has a color?
Black.
Black. Okay. And we are done with that. Now, that is the way that subconscious mind will let us know the progress that we would do, right? That we are doing right now. So what I want you to do today is that do you have a desk that you can put your elbow like that in your hand? Perfect. Now I want you to focus on one spot in your hand, one specific spot in your hand. Perfect. And now we were talking about energy. So now I want you to see the energy on that spot in your hand. You might not see the movement at once, but the more you focus, the more you see that the energy is expanding and that everything is moving. And that simple spot is expanding the energy and is moving. And the more that you focus, the more it's moving. And I see already responses from your subconscious mind. All those tweaks from your fingers. That's it. That's it. Yep. That is the part that we want to access. Yep. And now we know how subconscious is responding to us. And even though that you are not consciously aware of any tweak, yep, a movement that you're doing, your subconscious is responding every time more and more with the tweak of your thing. Yep, that's it. And every time your fingers move, you're gonna think, yes, 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 yes. And ever so slowly, that energy is expanding and you close your eyes. And even if you cannot see it with your eyes closed, you know what it is. You feel the energy. Yep. Subconscious is responding and you think yes with every twig of your fingers. And your pinky moves. Yeah. And it continues the movement deeper and deeper all the way down. Yep. And this is a part that we want to access. And as we are speaking, that part of your mind is organizing. That part of your mind, it's absorbing and releasing, just like the natural process that it does. That's it. Perfect. And everything that you have to do is to think, yes, yes, with every twig of your fingers. And as your fingers twig, we understand a mind gets deeper into what we just have talked. You can remember. You can remember that we have talked about what is being useful for your business. You can remember the image and the feeling after that session with the guy. And that energy is fueling our conversation today. And subconscious is responding, and we know it's responding because your pinky is moving and because you think, yes, that's it. That's it. Yes. And every time it becomes faster and deeper in absorbing all of the knowledge, in absorbing all of the shifts that naturally subconscious do without being conscious about it. Now, ever so slowly, come back and eyes open. Take your time. What thoughts do you have there?
I just felt very relaxed, and I could feel this, like through the relaxation, like this joy, a little bit of joy, because I was so deep in relaxation that. But when you said, like, think back on how you felt at the end of that session, then just came to mind the immense joy that I have when I get a feedback actually from people and they say, like, oh, I'm feeling so great, and then my heart bursts, out of my chest of feeling so great that it improved their lives so much. And that's what came to my mind. Like, my immediate response to when I get one of those feedbacks, and like, wow, I'm so happy for you. And so privileged that I was able to shift that for you. And that just came to my mind. I thought that was beautiful.
I love it.
Yeah.
You are making so much progress, and we have not been yet there. Like, we still get to go. Okay. So what I want us to do next is to take this emotion and take this vision that after this has been more detail and detail. So what I'm seeing you to do is that you find the perfect structure for your business by just going and experimenting with it. And you find that structure and that way of working with your business by every day experimenting with it, with the marketing, with the offers, with the way that you want to really drive this business. And that brings that joy within. That's the results that everybody talks about. Just experimenting and experimenting in a way that feels good to you. Does it feel okay that I deepen our vision, our initial vision to this one?
Yeah, I think I would like that very much, because that's where I had most of my struggle with having to do all these kinds of things by myself, like the marketing, the sales, and I've done sales in my past career, but it's different when those sales, I don't know, it's just different when you do it for yourself. I don't know why.